Hi teacher, I'm Renata. Today I'm gonna compare and contrast a healthy food and unhealthy food to do the activity 5.10. Hello. Today I'm gonna talk about one healthy food and one unhealthy food, and I will compare and contrast them. The healthy food that I choose is quinoa, and the unhealthy food is instant ramen noodles. These two foods are not always discussed together, but they are a great example of how food choices can affect our health in very different ways. First, let's talk about quinoa. The quinoa is a very important nutritious grain, like food that comes from South America here, and it's considered a superfood. One of the most interesting things about quinoa is that it is a complete protein. It means that it contains all the essential amino acids that our body needs is to benefit for us. And this is not very common in plant-based foods. For example, people who follow vegetarian or vegan diets often eat quinoa to replace meat because it provides a similar protein benefits. In addition, quinoa is rich in fiber, which helps us for digestion and keeps you full for a longer time. For example, if you eat quinoa bowl with vegetables for lunch, you are less likely to feel hungry a few hours later compared to eating fast food. It also contains important minerals like magnesium and iron, which helps with energy production and muscle function. Another advantage is that quinoa is low in sugar and doesn't contain harmful additives, since it is usually consumed in a natural form. Uh, all of this because of all these benefits, quinoa can support a healthy lifestyle and help to prevent disease. Well, now we have to talk about the instant ramen noodles. Instant ramen is very popular because it is cheap, fast to cook, and easy to prepare, especially for students like me. However, it is considered a healthy food for several reasons. First, it contains a very high amount of sodium, which can increase blood pressure if you consume it frequently. For example, I searched and eating instant ramen several times a week can make a person feel bloated and even lead to long-term health problems. Another issue that instant ramen noodles can generate are high processed and often fried before packaging. This increases their fat content. They also contain artificial flavoring and preservative that are not beneficial for the body. Unlike quinoa, instant ramen has very little nutrition and value. It doesn't provide enough vitamins, minerals, or fiber. For example, if someone eats ramen for dinner, they may feel full at first, but soon after they might feel hungry again because the food doesn't provide lasting energy. When we think and we compare quinoa and instant ramen noodles, the differences are very clear, too much clear. Quinoa is a natural dense food that provides protein, fiber, and essential minerals, while instant ramen noodles is not. It mainly provides empty calories, too much. And quinoa helps maintain energy levels and support overall health, while ramen can contribute to health problems if eaten too often. I think that another important difference is how the effect of hunger. Quinoa keeps you satisfied for a longer time, while ramen does not, which can lead to overeating. For example, someone who eats quinoa with vegetables and chicken, for example, will probably feel full for hours, but someone who eats ramen may need another snack shortly after. Uh, in conclusion about this, even though both quinoa and instant ramen are easy to include in our diet, but they have very different effects on our health. Choosing foods like quinoa can improve our nutrition and energy during the day, while limiting foods like instant ramen can help us avoid health problems. Making better food choices is important, especially in our daily routine. Yeah, I think that that's it.